The Biography of J.K. Rowling. The story starts when Joanna Rowling was born July 31st, 1965 in a place called Yea, England. Her parents were named Pete and Annie Rowling, and her younger sister Diane was born almost 2 years later. Fun fact, Rowling always wanted to become a writer from a young age. When Joanna was 6, she wrote a first story which involved a rabbit named Rabbit who had gotten the measles. Rabbit had then visited his friend who was a giant bee named Miss Bee. She showed the book to her mom and her mom complimented her. Joanna stood there thinking. Then she said, "We'll get it published then." She also wrote another book when she was 11 about 7 cursed dynasty people who unfortunately owned them. Joe, Diana, and their parents used to live in Winterborg, Gloucestershire until Rowling turned 9 and they then moved to Tushill in Chepstow. The youngster grew up swarmed by lovely books since their parents loved reading. The author went to school at Wyadine Comprehensive School and then went on to study French in classes at the University of Exeter. The reason she studied French is because her parents advised that learning 2 languages would lead to a successful career, such as a secretary. Fun fact, when she was young, Rowling was fond of the name Potter and said that kids often teased her with one witty nicknames like Rolling Pin, mean, eh? Her classic started becoming super handy dandy later when she would brainstorm up all the Harry Potter spells. Some of the spells are actually based on Latin. Rowling first had the amazing idea for Harry Potter while being delayed 4 hours on the train traveling from Manchester to London King's Cross in 1990. Over the next 5 years, she started planning out the mysterious plots of the 7 Harry Potter books. She mostly wrote in longhand and accumulated amounts of brilliant notes. Many of them were on scraps of paper. When Jo was 15, her mother was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. This was quite hard on the Rowling family. Anyways, when Joanna graduated from Exeter University in 1986, her mom watched her ceremony in a wheelchair. Then Jo moved to London and grabbed a job with Amnesty International. Mrs. Rowling fought and died in a 10-year battle against MS. Joanna expressed her gloomy grief through her writing. A lot of Harry Potter actually includes references to her mother. One example was when she created mentors to share the way how she felt when her mother sadly died. In 1991, Jo began teaching English in Porta. When Joanna wasn't teaching, she sat in many cafes and continued writing. One time at a disco, Jo met her fiancé, George Arentes. He was a journalism student and both of them fell in love. Although the two argued a lot, they still loved each other and got married on October 16, 1992. Horrible fact. When Rowling was first pregnant, she actually had a miscarriage. Later though, Jo dated and gave birth to a girl named Jessica. She was born on July 27, 1993. Jo and her husband continued to bite at each other until it all stopped when one of their battles got completely out of hand. George had dragged Jo out and onto the street. She screamed at him as he then slammed the door in her teary face, locking it behind him. Jo then called her friend for help, frightened away from her young daughter. The police were called and Joanna swiftly carried her baby and left. She knew inside that she would never return to that place. Fun fact, did you know the idea of Quidditch popped into Rowling's head after a row of her boyfriend is true? Rowling saved her sister and later moved to a different apartment. She had to apply for financial help from the government. Jo was ambassador for poverty, and when George came looking for her, she was secretly scared of his bad temper. However, she got a restraining order against him and George went away. Rowling filed for divorce against her ex-husband. Jo drank coffee and continued writing Harry Potter and more cafes. Then Rowling began searching for an agent to represent her. Christopher Little agreed to do and spent the years trying to get a publisher. Fun fact, 12 out of the 13 publishers given the book rejected it. Blues and Berries accepted though. Also, the K and J.K. Rowling comes from her grandmother named Kathleen. Blues and Berries paid her in advance and Jo danced around the kitchen table. Her publisher advised her to get a pen name because he saw boys would not want to read a book written by a woman. Other pen names include Scalamander, Candy Whips, and other. For the next 17 or so years, Jo spent her life writing Harry Potter books and gained fame, awards, and tons of money. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was released in Great Britain in 1997. Scholastic bought the rights to publish the books in the U.S. and the U.S. release came the following year. They changed the word philosopher to sorcerer, thinking that kids would prefer that more. The second and third books came out later, and the first 3 made the bestsellers list. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire was published, and more than 5 million copies were printed. Rowling then had writer's block and took a break. During the break, she met and married Dr. Neil Murray on December 26, 2001. 2 children were born, David in 2003 and Mackenzie in 2005. Then the last 3 books in the Harry Potter series were published between 2003 and 2007. Harry Potter became the highest-selling series in history, selling more than 450 copies worldwide. Fun fact, Rowling had to wear a disguise to buy her wedding dress. Jo was listed as Wonder Wars billionaire in 2004, but was cut out of the list. Why? It was because she had donated hundreds of millions of dollars to charities such as Lumos, Annie Rowling Neurology Clinic, and Comic Relief. found also companion books to the Harry Potter series, such as footage for the Agent and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Over time, movies the Harry Potter books were made. She also developed a website called Pottermore with Sonia and created PlayStation-free Wonderbook software with them. There was even a play too called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Outside of the Harry Potter, Rowling had written other books such as The Casual Vacancy. Fun fact, the Harry Potter movies broke world records in the box office. The Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones knocked the previous box office holder, The Lost World of Jurassic Park, by more than millions. It came as the top grossing movie in 2001. Thank you for watching my video. This is a disco video made by Doris, Nguyen, and yeah.